Welcome to the mob, the official family of MalReactTV. And if you're new to the mob, make sure you comment below and let us know.
There has been a whole lot of talk about the possibility of me making a comeback to boxing, and people have had a lot to say, but I have not addressed it until now. And I know everyone wants to know the answer to the question, will I be coming back? And I promise you, I'm gonna give you that answer. But first, I have got to address the lies and the fake narrative that's been created years ago. Now, someone's gotten way too comfortable dragging my name and even using my father's name to get attention and clout. Now, in case you haven't heard it, her story is that I didn't support her and I didn't pass.
Hey, money, man, money fixes a lot of shit, boy. Man, money fixes a lot.
The torch because of my jealousy and envy over her accomplishments in boxing. She says that I disrespected her and I started talking about knocking her out simply because I was bitter that she's outdone me. I've seen a lot of the comments. Many of you have good discernment and understand what's really going on here, while others have believed her lies over the years or have formed an opinion without having all the facts.
Layla Ali still look good, man. Black don't crack, bro.
Now, originally, I wasn't even going to give this my time or attention because I really don't engage with people who thrive off of negativity, drama, and buffoonery. But I'm not about to let someone with bad character continue running freely, dragging my name without accountability.
That's not going to happen.
Come on now, listen. Layla Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
no, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Layla can rumble though.
And Wolf would have knocked Layla Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Layla oh so pretty ass out.
So this right here is the consequence. Now, I have been busy working on other projects that required all of my time and focus, which is why I'm just now saying something. But honey, I have made the time to address this. So today, the bad guy ain't getting away. Now let's hit rewind because we really need to see what's happened over the years, what got us here. Now I'm not about to do the whole he say, she say thing, so let me show you some receipts. I first met her in 2012 when she was invited on stage to stand next to me when I gave my father his Liberty Medal. At some point, she reached out, started asking me for advice, wanted to know if she should go to the Olympics the second time or go pro. She would also call me and let me know when she was fighting. Now at the time, I was one of the hosts of We Need to Talk, an all-female sports commentary show that still airs on CBS. I asked the producers if we could do a story on her. They agreed. So I got on a plane, flew to Colorado, and did a full sit-down interview.
Bro, I did not know any of that. I didn't know any of that. So this is pretty much like her little protege. Like, man, she getting her put on. Man, you coming to her, you know what I mean, for pointers, all kind of shit. That's crazy. I didn't know Layla Ali did all this. I didn't even know she was there when she was giving the medal to her father and all that. I didn't know none of that, homie. I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? I didn't know. Comment below if y'all know anything about this. Because if I'd have known that, man, this shit would have looked crazy to me, that the shit Clarissa Shields been saying about Layla Ali, dog.
With her. Now, this is just a shortened version of the 6-minute piece that aired on CBS in 2016. "21-year-old Clarissa Shields is as confident as her right hand is powerful. Soon, Clarissa will be heading to Rio for the Olympics to try and do something that has never been done before. I sat down to talk with her about changing history and being a positive spark for her hometown." You should have heard the story by now. The one about a kid from Flint, Michigan who has gone toe-to-toe with adversity.
You can't do shit for niggas. You can't. Yeah. I'm filming. You can't do shit for niggas. That's the crazy part about Oh, thank you. Yeah, man, I'm finna knock this down. But yeah, man, you can't do shit for niggas, man. I did not know, I swear I didn't know none of this. I didn't know any of this.
And stands undefeated.
but I'll always go back to Flint and help.
I know that when I was fighting, any of my struggles that I had to overcome, or anything that I was upset about, whether it be something personal or something going on in the world, I would use that anger, you know, and take it into the ring with me and channel that energy into the ring. Have you ever done that?
I did that a lot. You know, I was going through stuff back at home, but I would have a boxing match and I would take out everything I was going through on the girl.
Clarissa went and fixed them teeth. See, that's why nigga need money. Money gonna make you look right.
And that kind of helped me because after I boxed, that was my ultimate high, and I felt like my life was perfect for at least 2 weeks. So
Clarissa's father, a former underground fighter, was passionate about boxing.
he went on to tell me that Muhammad Ali, his daughter, Layla, took after him. And he's like, and my dad, he says it to this day, Layla's a bad girl. He says it all the time. He said, nobody in our family took up boxing. I thought when he told me that, he was telling me to take after him.
Clarissa beat the odds to win gold in 2012. When the Olympics start in August, she'll try to be the first American boxer to win back-to-back gold medals. Everybody's gonna be fighting you harder. Everybody's gonna be trying to elevate their game. They're gonna be running hard. They're gonna be training hard. They're gonna be dreaming about beating you. How are you preparing for that mentally and physically?
Honestly, I've learned how to beat every fighting style. Tall girls, short girls, girls my size. Cause I'm like, I'm pretty good, I'm pretty great, you know? I don't know what I would do.
You're supposed to feel that way about yourself.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't have been able to get to this level if you didn't feel that way about yourself.
Yes.
I don't know about you ladies, but I have absolutely no doubt that Clarissa's going to win gold again in the Olympics. Women's boxing wasn't even in the Olympics when I was boxing, so I'm like, do it for us, because she's in the weight class I would have been in. So I'm like, go get it, girl, go get it. There's a lot of women who have been training for a long time, and nobody knows who they are. So the Olympics just really gives them a platform and something to strive towards. I didn't even fight amateur because I was like, I can't go to the Olympics. Why should I do that? You know, I wanted to be in control of my career, but it's so great to see these young girls coming up. You know, we got 9-year-olds now and 10-year-olds, and they're inspired by people like Clarissa.
Now, as you can see, I was genuinely rooting for her. I gave her praise. I gave her a spotlight. When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice and boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the ring. I told her about the challenges that I faced fighting at 168, where there was limited competition, and I suggested that if she decided to turn pro, she should consider going down in weight somewhere around 148, where she would have more competitive challenges. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat, and get into elite next level shape. I pointed her in the right direction, and I had high hopes for her. Whether she decided to turn pro or not, I felt like her future was bright if she played her cards right. But of course, at the time, I was not aware of her divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature. And I know those are strong words, but they actually fit. This girl has created a pattern. It's been directed towards many people time and time again. Now, before we started our interview in Colorado, she said to me, "You're the name people say when it comes to women's strong words, if she played her cards right." But of course, at the time, I was not aware of her divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature. And I know those are strong words, but they actually fit. This girl has created a pattern. It's been directed towards many people.
Whoa. Still don't know how I didn't win the sports. Okay, I remember this. Oh, wow.
Time and time again.
But I felt her on that, though.
Now, before we started our interview in Colorado, she said to me, "You're the name people say when it comes to women's boxing. You're the face they know. I want that to be me." Now, looking back after everything that's unfolded, it seems pretty calculated now. Like she was waiting for the right moment.
Hey, she ran a play on Layla Ali like a motherfucker, man. Hey. Niggas, I'm telling you, niggas be leashing sometime, my nigga. That shit crazy. She straight ran a full play on Layla.
The right excuse to finally do what she'd already made up her mind to do. I mean, that's how it feels now. She told me she saw me as the face of women's boxing, and she told me that she wanted my spot.
Woo.
And she's been on a mission to ruin my reputation ever since, simply because she heard me make a comment that was not about her and she took it personal. Fast forward to 2018, I was promoting my cookbook, Food for Life, and went on The Breakfast Club, a national show with millions of listeners. I did a 36-minute interview, and when the topic of boxing came up, I actually mentioned her and made positive comments. Then much later into the interview, I was asked about the possibility of a comeback.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun?
You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little baby 6-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my. I just turned 40.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either. And because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't, usually the relationship, you could say.
Yeah, we need a moment of silence right there. Comment below on what y'all think that meant. Now, mind you, Clarissa Shields is fighting at this moment right now, and they're calling Clarissa Shields the GOAT. So that's what I'm saying. Comment below and let me know what you think, because at this time they were calling Clarissa Shields the GOAT, and now Layla said that. So I think that's why she took that shit out of context.
Something slick, but with you can't say that slickness.
You was on the Food Network's Chopped.
Yes.
And you won.
I did a couple times.
So what brings you more joy, winning in the ring or winning in the kitchen?
I just like to win, period. Definitely boxing is my first love, and cooking is something that I'm super passionate about.
Gotcha.
It'll be a part of my life forever. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. I think everything happens in due time. You got Clarissa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in, and she's doing great. Women's boxing is getting some good attention. Now remember, at the time, we were on good terms.
Yeah,
she
gave
was
her
reaching
love.
out to me and referring to me as Big Sis, but this was her response.
I watched the Breakfast Club video with Layla Ali. I have so much respect for her. And I like her. I actually call her my big sis, but it was so many shots thrown. Like, if y'all really paid attention, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the number one in my weight class. And, I'm just like,
See, that's what I was talking about. I knew she was going to take that like that. Now, Clarissa Shields, got to remember, Layla Ali is a lot older than her. She young. You know what I'm saying? And Clarissa is the champ right now. She's the champ. At this point, they calling her the GOAT. So to hear that, to say there's nobody that's in my weight class at 165 that's better than me right now. So yeah, you are mentioning Clarissa Shields. Let's keep that shit a buck right now. I'm not gonna lie, she is mentioning Clarissa Shields. Like, just think about it. She look funny than a motherfucker right there though, don't she? But nah. Yeah, but I probably would have took that like that too though if you said that, because it's like, okay, I 165, you 165. You basically saying that I can't beat you.
And I just feel like she gave props where it's due, but she also spoke on how what I'm doing for women's boxing is great, but it's not great enough for her. When it's like we got two different goals and sets in life. Me winning 2 Olympic gold medals is just the beginning. Even when she was boxing, she never fought on Showtime, HBO. I fought the main event on Showtime. I don't know how many times now. Fastest woman to win a world title. I did it in 4 fights. And yeah, you can say, oh, the competition isn't there and this girl wasn't that. But like I did it up in 4 fights, and so the girls that Layla Ali fought wasn't that great either. I mean, like, I'm the best female boxer that I've ever seen, and if Layla Ali wants to come back, we can rumble, we can go. This is not like, oh, I'm gonna step away. Like I respect her and everything, but you're not gonna come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can happen. I just don't like the disrespect. And it's my last video too about this. I never used her name to try to be like, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she come out of retirement, she just gonna beat me if she decided to.
Now, of course, I didn't respond to.
Now, I think it could have just been a simple phone call of her calling Layla Ali like, hey, I'm 165. What you said on there, I kind of took that personal because I'm 165 pounds, and you said whoever at your weight class can't beat you, and I felt like you took a shot at me. And then they could have just talked about, what she meant by that and all that, and squashed that shit right then and there. But The thing about this generation now, these niggas run to the internet fast. They start ranting on the internet to bring attention, to get a little bit of clout, get some more views, likes, get famous more, instead of just making that phone call. Like, look, man, to where y'all relationship ain't got to be destroyed, because you are talking to legends, man. Like her father, her, you know, these are historians, man. Like, shit, like, you know, a simple phone call I think would have fixed this whole situation. But when you think about it, Clarissa went on a rant.
But I noted it. For someone who hardly had any experience as a professional boxer and who was supposedly looking up to me, for her to think that I would even call her name in a conversation about me fighting or making a comeback was silly to me. Especially since I had literally told her that I retired from boxing because I didn't feel inspired or challenged anymore by the level of competition that was available to me. We had that talk. So I learned a lot about her character and her mindset. She took what I said out of context and made it all about her. I decided I was no longer going to invest time or energy into her. But she, on the other hand, she took it straight to social media, started comparing her boxing skills to mine, making negative comments about me, and pitting herself against me.
I see the play now, like, because she did back away from it and stopped talking about it, left it alone. And man, Clarissa just went in, man. But you got to remember, she's young, she's a pit bull at the moment, and she's looking at one of the greatest. So she like, look, I'm the GOAT. Shit, I'm the greatest woman of all time. Since you saying you the GOAT, let's get in the ring and find out. But me, I'd have just let Layla Ali have that right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm successful in what I'm doing. I know I'm the GOAT. Let her just say it. Fuck it. Man.
Me in a fight. A year later, I was doing press for my show Homemade Simple on OWN, so I went on Sway Universe, another syndicated national show with millions of listeners. We were talking, he asked me about boxing, he asked me about her, I said positive comments as usual, then he plays one of her visits.
Are you watching women's boxing today?
Oh yeah.
You like Clarissa?
I do. I think that she's a talented fighter, and she has the opportunity right now. The stage is set. You know, so now she just has to kind of do her thing. I
talk about Homemade Simple, Aaron, Saturdays, 9 a.m. on the OWN network. Okay, it's an incredible show. I had Clarissa here, right? I asked her who does she think will win and you against you in your prime and her now. And this is what she said.
She's not cut like me. She don't take the challenges. Like, she didn't fight against Ann Wolf. I fight against the best and beat the best. And if Layla Ali was to come out of retirement, I beat her too.
That's not anything I haven't heard before. First of all, she's supposed to feel like she's the greatest.
Absolutely.
But just because you think you are doesn't mean you are.
Okay.
I like to support and uplift people, and I think that on your way up, just do your best not to disparage those that have come before you. First of all, she could never beat me.
Okay.
Let me just get that straight right now.
You want to get that straight, Layla?
Let's get that straight right now.
Okay.
And not simply because she's not strong enough, okay, because I would definitely knock her out, but because she's not.
See, now remember, when Layla Ali was fighting, that was back in the day, man. Them was like soccer moms and shit. I went back and looked at some of the fights and was like, damn. And Layla Ali was kind of slow, like, I don't know, man. Like, right now, at this moment, who do y'all think will win out of her and Clarissa Shields? Ah, man, damn. Oh, man. I think I'm going to keep this one to myself. I'll probably put it in the comments if y'all comment, and I'll say who. But nah, I'm going to keep this one to myself.
Talented enough to beat me. It's a sweet science to boxing. The reason why you have not been able to knock out the opponents that you've already faced, I can totally see it. Why? But maybe if you would have been a little more respectful, and I'm not talking about thinking you can beat me and call that, do all that. I'm talking about just trying to, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. Yeah. I don't respect her as a boxer. I only respect her as a businesswoman. I've heard her say that before. I was always there for her because she's a young black girl from Flint, Michigan. Yeah, Flint. And I want to help uplift her because that's the Ali way. I am successful in so many areas outside of boxing. Boxing is not what defines me. There's always going to be another girl. But I tell you what, when I offered her to spar me, that definitely was a check right there to see. Let me see what kind of heart she has. You should come whoop me just for bragging rights. And she didn't take me up on that offer. I said, okay. And let's put this in context. I'm only talking about this because you're asking me.
She's done a ton of interviews since then, and she's always saying I disrespect her.
I'm going to speak on it now.
Now you've seen what she's been referring to. So she felt justified to go on a tirade. And of course, she's twisted the story over the years and taken my comments out of context. Now, according to her, I just started talking about knocking her out just out of jealousy. Now you've seen what I said, what she said, how this started, and you can see she pitted herself against me in a fight. Now, I know some of this younger generation may not be familiar with me, but I've never been one to just talk about things I can't do. When I said that I would knock her out back in 2019, it wasn't any different than what I've said to anyone who's challenged me in the past. You can go back and look at tape on me. That was not just talk for me, it's what I did.
We know who you is, Layla.
TKO, KO, it didn't matter. I was gonna stop you. It wasn't going to a decision.
She hit
and
hard,
if you didn't belong in there
motherfucker,
with
boy.
me, I was gonna get you out of there. That's just facts.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's not disrespect, that's boxing talk. Back then in 2020,
she hit hard.
I did get to a point where I was ready to get back in the ring and show her why, even though she is talented. I said it back then and I'm saying it now, but she could never outbox me. High-level promoters did reach out to me directly and we had some serious conversations about me making a comeback. Now, of course, she was never even involved in any of those discussions. Then COVID happened, you know how that was, and it all went away and I left it alone. Now here is just a small glimpse of the narrative that she's been building over the years.
But I feel like Layla Ali has always been kind of envious of me. I'm just so accomplished in women's boxing and she never got that due diligence and that respect. So to see me getting it kind of pisses her off. So you look at who she fought, her biggest test was freaking Vonda Ward and
nah, it was Christy Martin. Bro.
Christy Martin weighed in at 140 pounds and Layla Ali was 160. Like, how are you making matches like that?
That's 3 pounds. We see that all the time. Clarissa was trying to get that spotlight on her a lot now by coming for Layla. Let's keep it real. Like, yeah, like you got somebody, you know what I'm saying, that has a big name in boxing, which she's already created her own name. She didn't really need Layla Ali because Clarissa's a bad motherfucker. She's a bad motherfucker. Boy, Clarissa's a bad motherfucker. She'll whoop some ass. Now she with Papoose. So we all know Clarissa, we all know this fight ain't happening.
So Layla Ali is a hater. That's it. Nothing but her being a hater and her being, envious of my success and what I've done for women's boxing. And she feels like she deserves that credit because everybody kind of give it to me now. And I think that she's like, but I'm an Ali daughter and I boxed before her and I'm 24-0 with 21 knockouts and she kind of, want people to keep acknowledging her. She's retired.
She's retired.
And
she's
probably
retired for
43. I hate when somebody else try to take somebody else's shine, somebody else's attention. It's like,
damn.
Man, that's what you kind of doing right now because I didn't know she got on this many motherfucking podcasts. Shit, she ran with this shit. I would have too. Shit, why not? But I wouldn't do it to somebody who put a spotlight on me and let people know who I am because a lot of people start paying attention to you because of that. Now I see. Man, because I did not know who Clarissa Shields was. Like, now I see who she is. Like, damn, like, Layla, I didn't know Layla did all this. I didn't even, I think I started watching her fights when she started fighting that big old linky slinky overseas chick. And then I seen her little UFC fights. Hey, man, she can really fight, man. To go from boxing to the UFC, that's great, man. So you got to give her the quote. You got to give her that. She done went to different sports. She done fucking locked and wrestled with motherfuckers. And, man, like, yeah, she's cool. But I think she just need to just back up off Layla now, let that shit go. And she need to apologize, yeah. You know what I mean? I'll just sit down and have a conversation, man.
Nobody was trying to take her attention when it was her time. Undisputed champion. She's never been undisputed.
I just want to see if Layla gonna fight, bro.
Supporting each other. Being a woman fight. Mention. She still to this day mentions your name.
Damn, she's still talking.
Now I've seen this before with Ann Wolfe, another fighter who used the same playbook. Both of these women have a lot in common in terms of the way they've been able to get visibility for themselves by using my name and making up lies. Since I'm in the season of pulling skirts, I'm gonna go ahead and pull hers too. And I'm gonna do another video on her next. That lie that I would not fight her has been told so many times as if it's a true fact.
Is Ann Wolfe still in shape?
I'll be gathering my receipts on her too, since she wants to start talking again. This one is so detached and delusional that she actually praises my father while trying to trash his daughter.
Yeah, we had Layla Ali, but she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. I kind of feel like God wants me to be.
Because not only did he have a beautiful, one-of-a-kind style in the ring, he was also a remarkable individual. A generic wannabe. My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside of the ring. Now, many of us, including myself, had high hopes for her. I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction, but she has become a disappointment. She is a horrible representation of both the sport and our culture.
Spend it. Beneficial. Fuck them if they win against you. You don't need them bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know he's big little. Not them fake hoes, do it for the real women. I ain't fucked this nigga 2 years still bitching. Girls who think they just so pretty and just because they born light skin that they just all that. That they can come on people's shit talking shit. I look better than you. I look better than you, so you can get off my shit. Light skin, red bone. Yeah, get your funny looking ass up out of here. I don't play with these hoes.
You have a clear picture of what our relationship was and what exactly happened in the past that led to today. Now, do you believe I'm jealous of her accomplishments?
No.
So in part 2, I'm going to discuss that $15 million offer and finally answer the question everyone wants to know. Will I be coming back to boxing to get that knockout? If you want to know when part 2 drops, turn on your notifications.
She still is, though. She still is. But look, comment and let me know who y'all got between Layla Ali and Clarissa Shields. I want to know, dog. Hey, yo, hashtag Mal Mob. Let's get it. Let's get up out of here.